wait, boy. Hi, guys. Or guy, whoever's here, I guess. Let me see if it's coming up on my channel. So I can see if I see it. Hey, thanks for the like.
It's not.
Totes a preach.
It's brand new. I just replaced it.
Hey, okay, LFR Jesus.
What?
Totally appreciate that. It's like lagging.
Yeah, I replaced it.
Okay, let me mute that.
LFR Jesus.
All right, I see somebody commented already. Mike, are you saying that? Jojo, mute that. Are you saying maybe if you're working out, as in you can flex if you're working out? Are you answering my question? Is that what you're doing? What are you saying? Let me know. What do you mean? What's up, guys? Y'all already know who it is. No, let me stop. Yes, don't be weird today, please. That ain't it. Okay? Hello, friends. I figured... Oh, God. I figured that this would be a very interesting topic to talk about, considering, you know... Javen. I figured that this would be a very interesting topic to talk about, considering, you know, COVID happening and everything else. Like, how do you guys feel about flexing, period? Should that even be a thing?
I mean, if you earn something, you should be able to flex it. Is that even really called flexing, though?
That's what I'm saying. Like, flexing seems like something that angry people came up with, like mansplaining. Because honestly, y'all remember, I don't know if y'all ever went through this, but don't you remember like the first day of school where you get your new shoes and your new outfit and you go, you know you about to look fresh at school, right? Is that flexing?
That's not flexing.
Exactly. So flexing seems like something that people, like insecure people came up with.
Yeah, I never looked at somebody and said, oh, he flexing.
The Righteous Brothers? No, I don't know. That's a band.
I do look at people and say, oh, he trying to flex. But that's not what they wear or what they do. That's more of like what they say.
Yeah. I don't know. Who,
I guess
honestly,
just
who
bring
knows?
braggadocious. I don't know if that's flexing.
Braggadocious?
It's
I
not
don't know.
braggadocious, JoJo. It's
Oh, flex. Oh my goodness, guys. Flex your muscles? No. I'm talking about... I'm talking like bragging.
braggadocious.
Like, is that... Okay, how y'all feel about that? Going online and just posting all your stuff on social media.
I mean, if you earned it, you can do whatever you want, honestly.
Thank you, Sparkly.
If you earn something, you can do whatever you want. I don't really care. It doesn't affect me. Social media in itself isn't even real. It's a hyper reality. So,
Yeah,
it's literally made for people to flex.
it is. But part of me also feels like people like seeing people talk about the crappy things that's going on in their life too. Because you don't really hear about people talking about that.
It's not sexy enough.
It's not sexy.
It's not swag.
Nobody wants to hear that.
It's not.
Oh, yeah, you're wrong. I'm wrong. People sometimes want to hear that.
People
It's not
do.
swag.
Like, people have their vices. Sometimes people do want to hear about people going through crappy things. Yeah, or some people just need attention. But also, who are we to tell people that YouTube was made for the flex? Social media, period, was made for the flex. Okay? You don't typically see people getting on social media talking about all of the crappy things that go on in their life. Most people are talking about the good things. That's what's happening. I think, like, it is what it is. If I'm choosing to post something on my page, then you chose to follow it and watch it. Is that me flexing, or is that
like,
just me?
Well, Instagram's really
Thanks, Mike.
Instagram is the only only one of the only platforms that you exclusively see things of people you follow. Other platforms like YouTube and TikTok and Twitter, you see whatever, like if somebody posts something, you don't gotta follow them to see it. It's there.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it honestly just is what it is, but flexing on social media, there's some slang. So what we mean by flexing is like bragging, posting all of this great stuff that you have, or if you have kids, posting all their gifts and stuff. And I know that this could probably be like a very sensitive subject, just, with COVID and everything going on, like lots of people losing their jobs, not really having the money for that. You may not, maybe it may be a sensitive topic for you. You don't want to see people talking about that.
I don't know if I ever looked at social media and be like, oh, I hate this, he's flexing.
Yes, LFR, Jesus. We love that, okay? Yes. The digital detox. People are over dependent on this social media. They
Social media
are.
has good things and it has bad things. Like, this is an example of a good thing. We're on social media right now.
Yeah. But
Bad things, though.
just imagine how quarantine would have gone without social media. I'm not a huge social media user. I don't really like get on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, but I've seen like a lot of my friends talk about all of the good things that's come out of them having all of this time and being able to get on TikTok and waste some time there. Like,
Waste time.
it is what it is. But also, social media does kind of suck. People survived before. I know that. You know what?
Did they? I don't know. I don't know anything about life before social. I have no idea.
What did they do? Let me drop this link. This Zoom link. Selfies, narcissism. I don't see an issue with people posting their stuff. I don't like fake flexing. People making claims about accomplishments they never accomplish. Posing with cars they never could afford.
So he doesn't like flexing. He doesn't like flexing then. Flex on your haters.
But also, all right, follow me here. Follow me here. If you are choosing, though, to follow this person's content, then is that a negative thing? Like, you chose to be a part of that journey. You chose to see all of the crappy things. Like, you chose to see them lie about their life.
If anything, it would probably be funny. I don't know if it would be like angry. It would be like,
Right. Like, I don't know if I get angry at that. Like, you chose to be a part of that. But I don't appreciate the people out here lying either. What are you doing that for? That's not cute. I use social media for political chat.
oh, I hate politics on social media. That's probably the worst place to go. Honestly.
It's a sensitive subject. Everybody's out here. I don't
Like,
know.
people on social media, most of them don't know anything about politics or anything. They just talk, and I hate it.
But like,
That's a different issue.
but where did flexing even come from? Because it seems like we just want to give everything a name nowadays.
Flexing, like the act? No,
Flexing the word. Like, people were bragging way before flexing was a thing. That was always a thing. Nothing humble about flexing.
A humble flex. No, that's cap. If you've been working for 5 years, you can finally afford an apartment. You can flex that joint, bro.
Yeah, I saw.
That's a humble flex because you worked your tail off to get it.
Like, there was one time when I was actually using Twitter where I saw somebody post their car. It wasn't a brand new car. I think it was like a 2010 something. And they were just like, I was really hesitant about posting this, but I worked for this. I worked my butt off. I finally bought my own car and I'm proud of it. I think that could be considered a humble flex. And it sucks that we are so used to seeing people post all of these luxurious items that when we actually work for something, then we get very insecure about posting it. I don't think there's anything wrong with posting your accomplishments. especially if you're working for them. It is what it is. Can you detect flexing? Ew, Twitter is a digital public bathroom wall. Jeez. Okay.
Twitter's like the worst. I hate it. Well, I don't hate it, but it's like
Everything, I mean, if it's too, I mean, everything could be toxic. So I
it
completely,
depends.
I agree with that. But flexing is bad for self-esteem sometimes too, though. I'll post a selfie where I'm feeling myself and get 3 dudes comment and tell me I'm gay. Maybe like 6 likes. Okay.
That's just
That sucks.
that's
People
just-
suck.
bullying. That's not even.
It is. People suck. People are jerks. And nobody really deserves to.
Why they hating on you?
Social media is full of haters. But once you get past that, if this is something that you're choosing to do, I guess it just depends on why. What is your why behind posting whatever accomplishment you're about to post? You feel like you got something to prove to
Why?
somebody?
It's attention. That's the why.
Ask your
let's
dad
be-
why they hate on me.
yeah.
Mm-mm. What is your why?
People post pictures for attention. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's just like when it gets to a certain level, you're like, okay,
That is,
you're lying to get to lying for attention.
yeah. Wow, boys, that is completely off topic, but I will answer it real quick. Thank you, Guy. My dad and JoJo, I think, post Eminem. Rap music makes me glitch. Okay, it's way too fast. I don't know what the heck is going on. And when I finally understand a bar, the song is probably already over. Like, my brain does not work like that. I could try Eminem, but I think he's just a little too advanced for me. They post because people like to be praised. They do. That is true. People love that. I mean, it is what it is, but social media is the world now.
But you do have a point. Somebody is bragging or flexing on social media, just unfollow them if you don't like it. Or just stop using it. Just turn the screen off.
Just stop using it. Mike, geez, thank you. I love LFR family videos. Y'all seem like real people. I'm too old to be flexing. I don't have Snack chat, Twitter, or Facebook. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Mike. We really appreciate it. And we're happy that you're able to
Twitter.
see real people on the internet. I feel like, and that's really just what it is. It sucks that people feel like they have to get on here and act like somebody that they're not. That's not, I mean, it's not relatable. I don't like that. But I think that this could be important. This could be an important thing to talk about, you know?
Flex.
I mean, any other thoughts on the flexing topic? Because we were actually going to talk about something else, but I felt like, a good flex every now and then is good, but flexing all the time is a problem.
I don't flex on social media at all.
Yeah.
I don't use social media like that. It's ironic. We're like YouTubers, but we don't really use social media.
Yeah, like we're not really big social media users. And even looking at myself posting YouTube videos every week, that is so crazy to me because I'm not like ever really on here. It's so crazy. But I agree. I feel like bragging sometimes should be okay. I'm not like a bragger, but I don't see anything wrong with it. If you work for it and you want to post it, haters just always ready to come out. Social media has given people to express their thoughts instantly, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I agree. I think that some people have very toxic negative thoughts, and social media opens that door
What makes something toxic?
Social media opens that door for people with those same like toxic thoughts, and it allows you to see that, oh, well, I'm not going to keep this to myself. I could bully this person because I have another group of people that's willing to bully this person with me. Like,
celebrities be going through it on something.
They
They
do.
be getting like bullied for no reason by like thousands of people.
that crap is not okay. That's too
You
much.
need to bully them back.
People really be on here getting bullied for no reason. Like, and there's never a reason to bully anybody, but dang, so many haters on here. And typically you can think like, oh, I want to say something negative to this person, but you'll probably keep that in your mind. But if you see somebody else saying something negative, then it gives you like ammo to say, all right, well, let me type this mean comment. People suck. Is flexing all right if it's your muscles?
Yes,
Sure.
because you actually have to work for muscles. Unless you
I'm
just,
42 and I had to look this up. Just say showing off. That's what I said. Bragging, flexing, all that stuff. All that. These days, just opinions are classified as bullying or triggering. It's more space for people to bully you on the internet. But in person, are they really going to say any of this stuff to you? Probably not.
bro, they get just. But for real, you gotta look at both sides of the coin. Like, if you can't bully on the internet, just turn your comments off.
Yeah. And also,
Don't read them.
like, it sucks that you can get so many positive things, positive comments from people, and then the one thing that you think about is that crappy comment that you got from Jimmy425. You don't know this person, but that's all that you're thinking about, and it sucks that our mind works like that. There's always going to be a hater because they don't want you to accomplish more than them. Yeah, pretty much. JoJo sound like Tyler, the Creator. Does he? I hate the comment section. Yeah.
Comment section.
We all hate Jimmy for yes.
Comment
We
section
hate
is so
Jimmy
funny.
425.
It's funny, like it's like I don't know. I never really look at a comment and say, "What did you just say?"
Yeah, and
Actually, I take that back. I probably did a few times, but not most of the time.
there are so many times where, like, I would like to look at my comment section, and I do look at it so I can see like what videos you guys recommend and everything else. But there are so many moments where I'm just like, dang, people can be really mean. Like Jimmy425 is really down there maxing out. He is crazy. That crap is not it. And it ruins it for people who are really out here trying to provide, like, bring that positivity into the world. But misery loves company. Trolls love their
Do you think
job.
flexing is a sign of insecurity?
100. Well, I don't think flexing is, well, it depends. I feel like all of that goes back to your why. Like, why are you posting this? To you, the only person that can answer that question is you. If I just work my butt off to buy my first car, oh, Mike, y'all seem like you have a great dad. I'm a dad of 3 and got grandkids. Is he as funny as he seems in the videos? My dad is awesome.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, y'all get 5% of him in these videos. He's like everything. My dad is dope. But thank you so much, Mike, once again. But as I was saying, if I'm working my butt off for my first car or whatever, and I decide to post that on the internet, it's not the fanciest car, none of that. I don't think that is a sign of insecurity. That could be inspiration for other people.
Yeah, it just depends how you look at it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, sometimes if you want to be like really successful, you need to go to people's pages who are living the life that you want to live and just look at them.
Yeah.
If they didn't post anything, you would never get that motivation. So
That's
I
true.
guess it just depends how you look at it.
And if you're always getting on social media and seeing like people in their 20s buying like new cars and all this other stuff, that could kind of discourage some people from whatever new thing that they just bought that they worked their butt off for. Like, that could be discouraging. So posting the things that you like work for, I don't think that's a sign of insecurity. Now, if you're just out there maxing out your credit cards just to prove a point, that I feel is a sign of insecurity. What are you doing that for?
Well, you gotta. I love your fam. I love your dads, JoJo's, and your reactions. I've been watching the Eminem reaction, just waiting on yours. But keep it up.
Oh, thank you, Wabu. Dang, I mean, I don't know how long you're gonna be waiting. I appreciate this. Super chat. I told you, I listen to rap music and I feel like my mind like glitches.
Mine be glitching too. Eminem especially.
Eminem says a million words per second. I cannot catch that, all right? I can't. Dang, I maxed out my credit card and didn't even flex. I'm messing up. No, that was not shade. I promise you it wasn't shade. Not shade at
What do you
all.
think is the biggest problem on social media though? Because I don't think you sound like you don't think it's flexing. Because you say it's not that big of a deal.
I say it depends on your why. It depends on your why. Everything goes back to that. If you are on there trying to prove a point, which most people are, then you are insecure.
But honestly, who's critical enough to like, you're just scrolling through your phone and like, you stop, you're like, why did he post that? Nobody's gonna do that.
No, all right.
You just-
It's not, maybe, okay.
You're probably the only person who would do that.
No, I'm not gonna
Why did they
analyze.
post this?
I'm not gonna analyze your why. That is inside of you. Okay, everything goes back to who you are. Why are you posting this? I don't. When people do stupid stuff to flex, like have children just to decorate the child. Yes, stuff like that. If you're doing something for a very pointless reason or to try to prove a point to somebody else and then post it, be like, oh, I hope my ex-boyfriend see this. Like,
just all you gotta do to shut them people down is just comment, "Them kids ugly," and just block them. Just block them after you say it, so they can't go on your page. Be like, "Them kids ugly." Block. They gonna post it like, who said this?
I guess, but some people don't like blocking people. I think some people really do enjoy the drama of social media, especially if you're not in it. If you're not the person in the forefront of the drama, if you can just be the person hanging out in the comment section and all this other stuff, participating in the bullying and name calling, then maybe, I don't know. Not really sure. Your dad is great at breaking down Eminem lyrics. Guys, yes, he is. But I'm telling you, I am not my dad. I can't do that. I cannot do that.
I don't think flexing. Okay, people on social media flex, but I think if any place is a place to flex, it's social media. Because like, where else are they gonna do it?
That's true.
I'm not saying I personally agree with it, but it's like the place to go. Your page, your followers, your feed.
I agree. But then also some people think that at this point in time, it's insensitive to flex and stuff because a lot of people have lost their jobs and everything else, which is real life.
It's insensitive.
It could be.
Who cares? Who cares if it's in, like, for real? Who cares? People on social media don't care about nothing else, except if it offends them.
I didn't see that actually. I'm gonna check that Ginger video out. There's a difference between showing what you can do and showing off. Elaborate. You understand? There's a difference between showing what you can do and showing off. How so? Depression is on an all-time high because of social media flexing.
I disagree. If you're gonna say that, you have to look at a much bigger problem, which is social media in general and the lack of regulations on it. You can't just say it's because of social media flexing. Like, people on social media bragging about what they work for. You can't just blame it on one specific issue.
But there are different types of flexing though. Like, okay, if you are a 15-year-old girl and you get on social media and all you see is like a ton of 15-year-old girls with like their makeup done in a TikTok house making like millions of dollars a month, all of this stuff, then that could cause like depression in a
Okay,
15-year-old. It's
okay, I
unreal.
understand that, but would answer this question: would that same 15-year-old girl get depressed if she's seen that and she's never felt like she's never been bullied about that? Like, for example, if you saw a girl with curvy body, fake everything, and she was getting attention, but you've never been insecure about that, would that make you depressed? Like, would that make you feel a type of way?
If I was a teenage girl and I saw another girl on social media making tons of money and who just looked like she was in her mid 20s, would that make me feel some type of way? Probably. Teenagers are going through so much stuff, especially at that age.
At times,
It's not even realistic to say that of course, no, I'm so secure with myself that I wouldn't feel any type of way. That's not realistic.
that
Like, of
ties
course
into a
you'd feel
bigger
some type of
problem that
way.
ties into bullying. That and also that puts all the blame on social media. Like flexing or bragging wasn't a thing before social media. It was still out there.
Social media is the bridge.
Yeah, it is. It's bad because you. It's like you're always exposed to it 100% of the time.
Social media is the bridge. Mike, geez, Louise. Actually, I'm flexing now. I'm spending $5 to chat. So I guess in my old dude flexing. Yes, you are. But you know what? We appreciate the
Yeah,
flex.
social media as a whole is increasing depression and anxiety in teenagers and young adults. It's terrible.
It is. It definitely is. But yeah, it can make or break people. So it's not necessarily like we can't blame everything on social media, but social media definitely is the bridge to a lot of the problems that are happening in the world right now.
Because it's basically the world. That's where it's going.
It's giving people a platform. You give insecure people a platform, they could use it in very different ways. You can give somebody a platform and they could be on there staring at people and saying, "Oh, I want to work for this. I want to be where they are." Or they could say, "You think you better than me? Let me show you how ugly you are. Let me tell you about yourself." It could go in so many different directions. You have no clue.
Like, I have a question. Like, can you list like if you were thinking like three of your biggest problems with social media, what would they be? It don't gotta be in order. Just like brainstorming.
Um, I think that people don't take the time to really get to know themselves. Oh, thank you so much. Some random old guy. We appreciate you. I feel like people don't take the time to get to know themselves as much as they should. And then they get into this space where it's a million different people and you could just analyze and people take that stuff in and you don't even know yourself well enough to say, "Oh, I want to take this in. I don't want to take this in." So then you're just taking in everything. And that's a problem because then you aren't forming your own opinions. You're just taking up somebody else's opinions just because they got a ton of likes on the post or whatever. And that's dangerous. If you're
Oh,
getting on there, like if you're
yeah.
getting on social media and you haven't formed an opinion around a topic, at that point in time, you're just intaking somebody else's opinion. I think that's like really dangerous. And kids, like adults do it. So I know for a fact that we got a ton of teenagers on social media just taking in everything. I also think it gives like these negative like communities a space to thrive. So I think we talked about this last time where we were like, "Oh, pedophilia." You wouldn't want like that's not a thing that people should do. That's not something that you should think about. That's just not a thing. But if you get on social media and you see other people on here like, "Oh, I love this," you're gonna start thinking that that crap is okay, and it gives you a community to thrive. That crap ain't it.
Thanks. So you listed two. So your first one was saying that it doesn't give you enough leeway to basically form your own identity or opinion.
Yeah.
The second one is that communities such as that bad communities aren't regulated at all. Like for example, if I wanted to make a Discord talking about anything, I could make it, and who's gonna stop me? And what would be your last one if you have one? You probably
I
don't.
maybe it's people aren't honest.
So lies.
Yes, people really be on here lying for no reason. And that is the negative part of the flexing situation where you feel like, all right, I gotta spend all of this money to get on here and impress somebody that would possibly scroll through my posts. They probably don't care, but people getting on here trying to prove a point, and it's not really your real self. So now it's just a ton of fake people on the internet.
I would have to say the lies too, for one of mine. Cause it's just, especially if you know something is true. That's like if somebody told you like all kindergartners are stupid on social media, you probably be like, what did you just say? Like they don't know anything, blah blah blah. And they're just lying, and it's people believing them. That will really frustrate you. 'Cause you know for a
Exactly.
fact this is not true. That's one of mine too.
It's like not like exact like Bow Wow really did just get on social media and lie. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you lots. But yeah, Bow Wow got on here and lied, talking about some private plane or something. What are you doing that for? You look
Okay, I
crazy.
understand why rappers and such do that.
You understand it.
Like if you're a rapper or like a one of those type of artists, one of those type of people, you kind of have to do that. Like rappers have to get the chains, they have to get the watches, they have to get the shoes to keep up an image because are selling a specific image. Like gangster rappers, they're not gangster 100% of the time, but if they get on stage, if they meet a fan, if they're in public, if they're on social media, they have to be that. Like Bow Wow was a rapper. He has to be a rapper on social media all the time. He has to do rich people. Yeah.
Oop. Drop my phone.
He has to do rich people things. He can't ever be seen broke or his money is going down the drain.
But that leads us to a different topic because that just shows like this is exactly why people have such a warped reality.
Yeah.
Like you look at these celebrities and you're just like, oh, I want to be a gangster rapper. Okay, now I gotta live like this. I gotta always be making money. I gotta always have a chain on. Gangster rap, like they don't, this is not their reality. This is just what social media is showing you. This is not how they live 24/7. But if you are seeing this all the time, then this is how you're gonna think that they are 24/7. And that crap sucks.
Sad thing about it is that it sells though. So who should we blame? Should we blame the rappers or should we blame ourselves?
You should blame yourself. That because that means that you don't know. I don't know. We are way too important to not take the time to get to know ourselves. Because if you don't know yourself and then you get out here on social media and you intake all of these different types of opinions, other people gonna create you into who they want you to be. And you don't even know that's happening. Yourself, almost everything in life is your fault.
Hey.
Almost. Everybody's dealt some cards, but it depends on like how you decide to take that. And that goes into like the sensitivity topic, all that other stuff. Just be honest with yourself. That's it. Blame MTV Cribs. I used to love that show, but exactly. Blame them. Jeez. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's important 100%. But people like Bow Wow, if you find out that he's like on here lying, then that brings a different type of feel into what this celebrity world is. It seems like everything's a lie because it is.
Bro, there's so many lies on social. Like it's so many lies. Every day it's a lie after lie. One lie I saw that like really irritated me. It said black men are the weakest link in the black community. I'm like, how? I'm like, in what way specifically are we the weakest link? And they're like, because of colorism. I'm like, women show colorism too.
Yeah.
Because of the patriarchy. Black men are on an economic stance, financial stance. We're on a lower playing field than black women, literally. So how is it the patriarchy? We're affected more than you are. So it's like just stuff like that. Like, why do y'all introduce these topics and y'all can't back them up with facts at all? Just colorism that both sexes experience. Everyone can be racist and colorist.
That's what it is. We don't know, and that's what I'm like. I think that's what I mean by people getting on social media, not knowing enough about anything, and just intaking that little bit of information that you got from Twitter. You could see that, like, okay, feminists are ruining everything. Somebody could say feminists are ruining everything. You don't have to know anything about feminism, and from that one tweet that you saw, now for the rest of your life, you are preaching, I hate feminists. Feminists ruin everything because one random person posted it and got 2,000 retweets. Every opinion is not a right opinion, but if you don't know enough, then you're going to think it is.
Feminists.
Stupid.
When it comes to feminists, I think there are several different types. So I can't just say feminists are ruining everything. I think women who call themselves feminists but don't really exercise feminism, but just sexism, are ruining a lot of things. Not everything, but are ruining a lot of things. I think feminism in itself, the concept of giving women more so they can be on a higher, on an equal playing field, I think that is good in a way. But like women who are just straight up sexist, like for example, one woman just wanted like a design prize and €1,000, which is 3,200, almost. I think it's about $3,200 in America, because she made a chair that doesn't allow men to man spread. You know what that is?
Man spread?
That's when men spread their legs when they sit. She made a chair so it's like a triangle with bars on the side that won't allow men to spread out, and she classifies as a feminist. I'm like, that's not feminism. That's literally sexism, because we have organs between our legs that biologically we're more prone to do that, but that's just straight sexism. That's not fair at all. So things like that.
Spread. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like, if we gonna create these terms, we need to figure this out. It needs to make some sense. Okay. That is true. Man spread.
What's your
because we
opinion
can't
on
help it.
feminism, Benai?
I mean, I'm not a feminist. I feel like there is an order of things, and I think that a lot of these terms were created to
Break that order?
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand that.
I don't
It's kind of
I mean, I don't know, but I definitely did see somebody say that, what did you say? Music is now a tool of moral corruption.
That's true.
I
That's been true. You can't just say now though.
Yeah, you can't just, I agree. Like, you can't just say now, like, this stuff was always a thing. If we think about music videos, because people don't really watch music videos that much, but people are definitely still out there making music videos. But back then, when they had the little music videos with like the twerking girls and all the rap videos, and everybody wanted to be a video vixen, all this stuff, the lyrics along with these visuals that you're seeing alters things. It alters the way that, like, a woman may envision what she does in her future, like if she decides to do this. Not like coming after anybody that wants to be a video vixen. Like, I respect your hustle, do what you do, but I think that music definitely does have an effect on how people like view things or think about things.
Worshipping idols is one thing that's really weird now.
Wait, what did y'all say about twerking? What are you talking about? Music videos are now pushing their agenda. Music is art. How you see it is based on you. Exactly. There was this one video, and they asked the question, do you think that WAP is a female empowerment song? And y'all know what WAP is. You know that song with Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion? When they asked, do you think that this is like a female empowerment song, half of the women said 100%. Men talk about our bodies all of the time. Let's take that power back, because the way that they grew up, how they envisioned this music, how they heard it all, whatever. And then the other half of the women were just like, songs like this have never empowered women. So for us to say it, it makes us seem weak.
It's disgusting. How is that thought activity empowerment?
Well, it depends on how you take it though, right?
What? It shouldn't depend on how you take it.
Everybody has different upbringings. So if if you were raised in a like if you were raised in a household full of all male rappers or whatever, you didn't have a female anybody to be that person for you, and all you heard was guys rapping about female bodies, whatever, and then you finally hear a woman taking you see a woman doing stuff like that or making a song like this, you may think of it as like, oh wow, like she's taking that power back. I don't think that that's like weird to think. Not saying that I think it's a female empowerment song, not at all. I'm just saying I don't think it's wrong to feel that way if you were raised in a certain type of way.
Well, I'm saying I personally think it's wrong to feel that way. I don't. Logically speaking, I don't see how that's female empowerment at all. When I think of female empowerment, I do not think of I don't cook, I don't clean. Look, let me tell you how I got this wig. I don't think of singing about your wet vagina. I don't. That's not. I don't look at that as empowerment. I look at climbing the economic ladder. I look at fulfilling your roles as a woman the same way a guy fulfills his role as a man. I don't look at an increased amount of sexual activities. That's not empowerment to me.
Yeah, I mean, but it says, why is WAP a big topic when men have been rapping about sex for years? For years.
There's a difference.
Why? Because a woman is doing it?
No, because men and women experience sex differently. It's a completely different world for men and women when it comes to sex. Women can literally, you can walk outside right now you can drive around Maryland and find a person to have sex with you in 10 minutes. Women have the power to have sex with whoever. So if you're singing about women exercising that power to just sleep with whoever, y'all already have that power. Almost every woman has that power by God. That's a God-given gift. Why do you need to make a song to sleep with more men? Like, that's not power. Your power is withholding sex, not giving it away to more people.
Okay, JoJo. Actually, I understand where you're coming from. And it does make sense. Women, automatically, we get a bit more attention than men do on a day-to-day. Like, that's just a thing that happens. I feel personally, the way that I think about this is that we are a bit more conservative, or that's how I was growing up. And so putting myself out there and showing my body off, like all of this stuff, we don't have to do. We don't have to be extra to get that attention, unless that's a certain type of attention that you're aiming towards getting. If you want a man to see you in that way, then sure. But then again, I guess it just depends on what you want.
But I'm not gonna lie, the song WAP, it's a very catchy song. Like, I don't like the message personally, but it's catchy. I mean, there's a hole, there's a hole. That's really catchy. I'm not gonna catch
It is really catchy. The beat is the beat is fire.
I mean, if you live that lifestyle, I have nothing against you. Live it, get it how you live it. No cap.
Yeah, but
it's not empowerment. It's just an interesting song.
it's very, very interesting. And for Cardi to be like, what is she, like the line that you said, like, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring.
Oh,
if
God.
you don't know,
That's disrespectful.
well, I guess it depends. Like, if you don't really know, like, much about anything, you don't have anybody in your life telling you the best ways to find a husband, if that's something that you're looking for. If you don't have those type of leaders, I guess, in your life, then you are going to take Cardi's advice and be like, I don't have to cook, I don't got to clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring, just like Cardi. Like, and it's not the best message to send personally, but some other people may think it is.
Life itself, though, like, I'm not just one to say, I personally don't think it's okay. I don't see how somebody could think it's okay, but life is really complicated.
It says the song is not about having sex with several people. It's just about doing it with one. Is it? Gotta go. You guys keep entertaining. Hey, thank you.
Thanks,
You're
bro.
dope. Thank you so much. The thing is, guys are the ones who have to present themselves. What do we have? What can we provide? How do we take care of ourselves? Women have the luxury of choice.
I'm trying to think of one thing, like, because women naturally, like, they can naturally have sex whenever they want. Well, not literally whenever they want, but like they have it much easier. I'm trying to think of one thing guys have that just
Guys, I feel like
you have to
women.
answer that because I don't like. It's probably relationships because we decide.
Yeah, guys can control. I think that guys control the relationship aspect. Whether or not you're going to get into a relationship, a female may have more control over like the sexual parts of everything. But I feel like guys would control.
I think guys and women just have completely. What he said?
Women have the right to make as many stupid mistakes as men do.
The difference between a man and a woman is that women are born. A woman's life is like she's kind of born at the top, and then over time she goes down naturally. A man is born at the bottom, and he has to work his way up. And
What do you mean a woman is born at the top, though?
Like a 15-year-old woman, an 18-year-old woman is way more valuable than an 18-year-old man. A 20-year-old woman, her beauty is almost at her peak. Like she's entering her peak, and men go for women off of beauty. So when she enters that level, she's very valuable. Like a 25-year-old woman is very valuable because she's very beautiful. A 25-year-old man, he's still working in his career. We're looked at as what we can provide. That's just how it is. So we have to work our way up so we can be seen as valuable. Women don't necessarily have to climb their way up. It just happens. Like, and then they have to maintain it. We have to climb our way up. So I can't really think of a thing that we naturally get from birth. We get ambition, we get strength, but there's nothing we can really take advantage of like a woman can when it comes to sex. There's nothing a young man has when like that unless he's rich, unless he just gets to the bag really fast or he's really like in shape or. But I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I think sex is only one aspect of it. Because, like, as you said, you mentioned the peak. Women do have their peak, of course, like in their 20s, but I feel like men stay in that a bit longer. Like, you are climbing it, and then you may have reached where you want to, like, that direction that you want to go to in your 30s, and then you continue to climb it. After, like, it feels like, from what like a lot of guys say or what I see, that once a woman hits like her 30s, 40s, then the biological clock is kind of just like, what are you doing? What's happening? And then a man just remains in his peak.
No, that's not what I was saying. It was hard to explain. I'm saying that
Men have to work for everything that they have, and women don't have to work as hard.
No, men have to work to be seen as valuable by women. Like a high quality man has to work to get to. He has to like really put in that time to get that money, to get that status, to get that body, to get in shape. He has to work for that. That's just how God made us, and that makes us stronger. That just makes us different. Women,
I think y'all gotta
aren't made
work
like that.
Y'all gotta work in different ways though. Like when women are thinking about getting into a relationship or whatever with a man, they definitely look at like career and all of this other stuff. But women always have to do their thing when it comes to looks, because if you talk about the things that men want, what are they looking for? The first thing that they look at is how a woman looks. So we have to always, it feels like we have to always be on point with that. Can't knock the stripper for making millions. She's doing something right. Wait, what?
Get it how you live it. You saying strippers, if they getting that money, get it.
Yeah, I have.
Nothing to do with me.
I don't got no problems with that. I mean, how do you guys feel about OnlyFans? Women are on there making money, right?
Yeah, I just look at it differently because even me, I'm a pretty handsome young man. I have a full ride. I know how to edit. I do all this things. I'm not bragging at all. But if me and another 18-year-old girl was to go out and she's pretty at all, she's gonna have an easier time getting, like, if she goes into a store, there's a real chance she'll go get something free. If we're going to a club, there's a real chance she'll get in for free. I haven't built that status up. I would have to build an even larger status, like almost 3-4 times hers, just to be seen as equal. Y'all get what I'm saying?
That makes sense. I mean, that's true. You're right. So how should a man present himself? For example, I have a specific preference, but if I don't talk about it, you wouldn't know. When a woman finds out my preference, it's like I'm a new person and they don't know.
I mean, all of this is generalizations. We can't really speak on specific things because this conversation is all generalization. Everything we're talking about is a generalization.
Everything. And I think, like, present yourself as who you are. You know,
What
people
did
don't,
Jesus say?
like, if he has a specific preference, but you don't really talk about it.
Bro, black girls like, bro, you know what black girls like.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything has to do with you studying the person that you want to be with. And thinking about it, it sounds crazy. But also, it's like if you want a job, you gonna work for it. You gonna figure out who, like, how did they become, who owns the business. You gonna figure out how to get it. What has to be on my resume. I think that we should do the same thing when it comes to the people that we choose to be with, the people that we aspire to be with. We need to put the work in to figure out what they like, what would they need from me, and how exactly can I get them.
Bro, I'm gonna make it simple, bro. Black girls in generally tend to like more aggressive guys. So take it how you take it.
What?
That's the truth.
What do you mean?
In general, tend to like more aggressive guys. That's just what it is. Look at our mother. How was our father when he was 18?
I think that I wouldn't say that we like aggressive. I feel like women, period, like men who could lead us.
Yeah. And black girls like a different, like, you gotta be like different.
You want a strong man. You don't want a weak man. But I feel like that's an assumption to say that black women just like
more aggressive guys. It's the truth. Or you shouldn't have told them you don't like white women. They think you're making them a fetish.
I've had black girls straight up change on me as soon as they find out I don't like to date white women. I go from me to the white dude who likes black girls. And that could also like be kind of tricky because it goes into, I think it's okay for people to have a preference. Like everybody has a preference, but when it comes into like race and like skin color, all of that other stuff.
If you were a girl, like LFR Jesus, like imagine like if a guy told you he doesn't like to date white girls, you're talking to this white guy, he said, "Oh, I don't date white girls." How would that make you feel? Like, be honest, be 100. What would be the first thought of your head?
That's, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think that could also be a kind of, difficult.
You don't know, and what would be the first thought in your head?
Wait, repeat it.
Like if you're talking to a white guy, you really like him. He's like, "Oh, I don't date white girls."
Oh, I don't date like black girls.
No, he said
I would go into, oh, is this kind of like a fetish?
Yes, LFR Jesus. That's just what it is. You can't be saying that.
Yeah, like it could, and honestly, it probably isn't a fetish at all. More than likely, it's not a fetish, but you automatically just think that this is a thing that's happening. Of course, all of that stuff can change after they get to know you for the type of person that you are, whatever, and you realize that everybody has a preference. But when you come off as completely like saying, "Oh, I will never date this other race, I never do this," everybody's so different, you never know who you're going to end up with. And I think that's so if you like completely cut off a different group of people, then it does like kind of come off as like a fetish.
Instead of digging myself a hole.
I don't know. Like it what is the difference between a fetish and a genuine admiration of black women? I guess it depends on who you're with.
I think I mean if I was a black woman, I think it's just how you say it. It's more what you say. I don't think you should just straight up and tell them I don't date white girls, especially if you're early in the relationship. That's just
Yeah.
not something because women are. I think they all think a little different than we do. Like they really analyze things because they're kind of a little naturally they're a little smarter. So I'm not gonna lie.
We're like very
So
analytical.
you tell them I don't date white girls. They're like, why does he date white girls? Am I just a fetish? Why is he
Right.
talking to me? How many times has he done this? So yeah, I just think it's what you say.
Yeah, and honestly, everything that you think, you don't have to say it. So in your mind, you could think like I will only date black women forever. Like you could always say that. But to this person that you're dating, it doesn't have to be about everybody else in the world. It's literally just this person. I'm dating you because you are beautiful. I have an admiration for you specifically, and it doesn't have to be about the entire race or group of people, whatever. It's just about this person, and it takes away the idea that this is probably a fetish and probably just adds that, oh, well, he thinks I'm beautiful. He thinks I'm this. He thinks I'm that. It's specifically about you. Nothing else has to be said. You can take that to the grave if you'd like. I don't know. But if anybody else has something to say on this topic, let me go ahead and send this Zoom link.
If I was talking to a white girl for some reason and she said, "Well, I don't date white guys," I'd be like, "Bro, what? Get away from me." I don't know. That phrase just throws me off.
What?
I don't know. Just not dating your counterpart, like, and saying it. If somebody told me that, it would just throw me off.
Yeah, like everything doesn't have to be said. I think it just doesn't. Please don't date the white girl that only dates black guys. Everything doesn't have to be said. It is what it is.
Yeah, basically, you just don't say it. Just let it play out. Never tell them. Unless you're like 5 years married, say, "Oh, I never dated a white girl before."
Yeah, just take that to the grave with you. I don't know. For me, I'm simply indifferent to white women. I don't dismiss them and I don't write them off. I have white children. Yeah, I mean, no shade. It is what it is. We all have our preferences, but if I dated a guy with black hair and said, I only date guys with blue hair, but you're different, I think, like, it's weird now. It wasn't weird a second ago before I said this, but it's weird now.
I think that would just take something away from, like, the relationship.
Yeah, it just makes it weird. Just like, why? Like, what? But I mean, I understand what you're saying. No shade. Can't we just judge the opposite sex as people and not their skin color? Exactly. But
Yeah.
everybody has a preference. And I'm not saying this to say like, oh, you only date Asians or whatever, but you may find yourself like dating a person that reminds you of somebody else that you've dated because it's like certain qualities that you want in a person. Why do have to, if you find somebody attractive and you get along well, why can't, it should be enough. We're not saying that it's not. All of that stuff, you should just take the person for who they are. You never know. I don't subscribe to any type of woman. What? You subscribe to me?
What did you just say?
Are you a subscriber of mine? Skin color is the first thing you see. We should be able to see skin color and not use it against them. Yeah, but I think also, I didn't leave. I feel like also though, oh my goodness. I feel like also though, when it comes to skin color, then you may get those like generalizations or those stereotypes from that race when you see that. Some people may. I love purple, but try to find one. Sad times. I'm also not the type of guy who takes shots either. So when the conversation comes out, it's normally you should talk to her, and I will say, nah, she's not my type. Then the preference. Ah, I see.
Oh, so they kind of bait you in. They're like setting you up. Dang.
Yeah, that kind of does sound like a setup a little bit.
Hey,
I
they're
don't
setting you
know.
up, LFR Jesus.
A little bit, cause like everybody, I mean, we all have our things that we like, those qualities that we want in a person, but when it comes to race and everything else, I feel like it's so tricky. It gets like very tricky in that area. The person saying subscribe as in they don't have a preference for any type of woman.
Oh, it's too late now.
Dang, JoJo. Kick him out. Jeez Louise. Well, there's that. I don't know. At the end of the day, though, I feel like it's always like just get to know the person that you're with. We were talking. Have y'all heard about Kevin Samuels?
That guy.
Have you guys watched the Kevin Samuels video?
He be going in.
Oh my goodness. This like and it's very interesting. It's honestly very interesting, but I think that like people getting on social media and being honest as he's being with women when it comes to the things that they're looking for, like women looking for men that's making 7 figures, it's certain things that they look for, certain qualities that they want in a woman.
This one woman really said, she said she will never date blue-collared men. And basically, she classified any man who's not an entrepreneur and makes 6 figures as blue-collar. So that's already wrong. But she basically said she's not dating a man who's not an entrepreneur and who doesn't make 6 figures. And she's like 35 with 3 kids.
I mean, you got to be honest with yourself, because there are certain things that men who are making that type of money or whatever are gonna want, certain qualities that they're gonna want and things that they aren't gonna want, and we have to be honest with ourselves. Are we that person that would be able to get them? Nothing's impossible, but by the way, I'm the one who advised you not to watch Patrice O'Neal's The Nasty Show. Guys, if you watched my last video, the one that I posted today, I understand that it was awkward. I am aware of that, and I should have taken the recommendations to not watch it, but I'm not a quitter, so I watched it all the way through, and it was something interesting. Anesthetics are the initial thing you see. Then you meet the person and their personality either fits with yours or it doesn't. Race doesn't need to be the primary factor. That's true. You like who you like. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't really care much about that.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly is what it is. And dating apps make it way easier for you to, I guess.
I don't know anything about dating apps. I've never used one. I've never been downloaded one. So
yeah, I've never used a dating app either, but
I don't know what it's like on there.
It seems like, can't you like adjust your preferences on there too? Both of you have a very specific type.
No, I don't.
I don't think I have a specific type. It depends on the person. There are definitely people that are like, oh, I'll only date people that make this amount of money, but they're working down at the gap. Exactly. Like, you have to know yourself well enough to understand what you could get. What can you get? What's out there that's in your grasp? It is what it is. Cultural reasons because they don't understand culture. Everybody can have a type. I think everybody can have a type, but also I think it's unrealistic for you to say, oh, I want somebody on Beyonce's level, and you don't have a job, you don't have any aspirations, you have no goals, all day you play your PlayStation in your mom's basement. all that stuff, and then for you to say
Bro,
I'm
that's
only
just-
gonna date somebody on
Do
Beyonce's
people
level.
actually do that?
That's not real. Yes, people do that because people lie to themselves and they let their friends lie to them.
That's like a mental illness. And that if you say you want Beyonce, you have no job in the basement.
But people think like that because I don't know. I think social media, as I said, gives people a warped sense of reality. Yeah, that's why you want Beyonce, because you want a sugar mama.
Social media.
Jeez Louise. Dating apps use algorithms, but no, you cannot set preferences. Got to turn down a lot of. That's hilarious.
What if you could set preferences?
Any chance either of you know about it or would prefer I not be here? Some take exception to my. I do what you want, live your best life, but dang, I forgot what I. It does kind of seem like a mental illness if you say, like, I want somebody on Beyonce's level, but I'm gonna play PlayStation down here. But some people don't see it like that. You may think, oh, I'm a good person. My mom thinks I have a good heart. My mom thinks I have a great personality, but personality isn't gonna get you Beyonce. You need a little bit more than that, right? It is what it is.
These dating preferences. Like, I understand talking about them, but at this point, everything's gonna play out. Like, if a girl is obviously just not wifeable or not
Wifeable? What makes somebody wifeable?
I guess it depends on the person. I'm just gonna say if a girl's not enjoyable, then she's gonna be alone. Like, there's nothing to really talk about. Like, you can try to argue with her. She's gonna be alone, or she's not gonna get the guy she wants. It is what it is. Because we all are the barriers between relationships. Girls are the barriers for sex. We are for relationships. So
That is true. I honestly don't think that Beyonce married Jay-Z just because he has money. Like, cause they were both
bro,
on the, going up at the same time.
yeah, swag.
Yeah. Like it was something more about him.
Beyonce probably didn't have that many options. If you really think about it,
What do you mean?
because like she was rich. Rich women don't want to date a broke guy. How many rich guys like was on her level?
So if you were famous and you had a ton of money, would you only date people in the industry? Because that kind of seems like what happens. Like they just rotate the
That is
same
how it
women
is.
in a
That is-
circle.
That is how it is.
Wouldn't you think that? I mean, because partially I feel like the only reason why I probably wouldn't date somebody who, if I was rich and famous on Beyonce's level, I feel like the only reason why I wouldn't date somebody in that, I mean, that's not in that circle is because they may be after me for my money. But then again, I'm not sure if I would want to date somebody who is in the industry. I think I'd rather date some like a regular person. Should I buy an Xbox or a PlayStation if I'm trying to get Tiana Taylor? Tiana seems more like a Xbox type of girl. I think you should get an
Tiana
Xbox
Taylor?
if you're. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's Jay-Z's huge lips. Looks wise, she's way. Of course, like looks wise, Beyonce is way above lots of people.
Honestly, I don't really know how that relationship turned out. Like, either she had a lack of options, or like Jay-Z's game is just.
You don't know, you don't know though, because everybody's relationship is so different.
Yeah, it's hard to really. Yeah, I don't know.
Like everybody has their crap.
I'm not afraid to admit I don't know. I have no idea.
Everybody got their crap. Their relationship probably sucks on the inside, but everybody got problems. I guess it just depends on the problems that you choose to deal with. At the end of the day, though, it seems like in the industry, they just circulate the same women
Yeah, it's
all
disgusting.
around in a circle.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
A man's true nature is shown when he gets success.
That is true, unfortunately. That sucks, though. That sucks a lot.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I don't know. I don't really like it. It is, I mean, Tiana Taylor is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But then again, it all goes back to you knowing what you can provide in the situation to get that person that you want. You can't get Tiana Taylor if you aren't doing anything to get Tiana Taylor. If you haven't changed your clothes in the last week or taken a shower, if you don't have a job and you just sit on your phone all day, I think that your chances are very low to get Tiana Taylor.
How do
Whatever.
women approach? Like, if a woman wants to get married, how would she approach that?
I mean,
Like, for example, if a guy wants to get married, I'll tell you exactly what he wants to do. He's going to level up in his career. He's going to get in shape. He's going to find a good girl, because we approach women. He's going to get with her. But what a girl wants to get married, like, she can't, like, leveling up her career is not going to really do nothing.
will a man do, I mean, honestly, would a man do all of that stuff to get married, though? It seems like it's much easier.
Get married to a girl that he's actually going to last with. Like, it's much easier for us to get in a relationship, if I'm being 100.
Yeah.
Like, how would a girl, like, if a girl really wants to get in a relationship, like, she's serious, what would she do?
I think that there are certain types of ways that you act when you'd want to be, like, married. But I guess it depends on the person. It really just depends. The question you posed by the title of the video, yes, it's okay, but you shouldn't be surprised when you only attract shallow, superficial interactions. Yeah, exactly. Like flexing on social, a lot of that stuff is like it's very shallow stuff though. But social media overall just seems extremely superficial, and then lots of people wonder why when they get into relationships, why do I keep ending up with the same type of person? And a lot of that has to do with what you're seeing on the outside and not necessarily with what's going on the inside. It's very superficial. And that's some stuff that I've seen from like people in my age range. And I'm in my early 20s. But we need to stop having like all of these superficial interactions. It's about status on both sides. Women want security, men want attractiveness.
Security.
Yeah. I mean, it's true.
Security. Get them.
Women do, for the most part, women would like security, and men want somebody who looks good.
That's so shallow. Such a shallow explanation.
It is shallow, but also it's reality. Like, that's just what it is. You get what you get. I'm out here struggling. Dating is, like, in this world right now, I feel like dating overall, especially if you're dating, like, online and you're having all of these, you can't really get to know somebody like that through social media or texting. I think the face-to-face interaction is much better. Living in the DMV, a lot of dating is about career and common goals. I think it's like that everywhere, though. All dating, isn't all of that just around like what is important to you and the other person? Overall, from my perception as a female, for men, it seems like the number one things or the top two things that they want is somebody who looks good and somebody who isn't like problematic or always trying to argue with them.
It's deeper than that.
It's deeper than that. I mean, I'm sure it's more that goes into that, but if somebody is easy to get along with and they look good, you share the same goals,
It's not enough.
it's not enough. How so?
Because men and women both have it. Both of them want to feel wanted. If she's not problematic, that means she doesn't argue with you. Okay, that's very interesting. If she looks good, she's a beautiful woman. And if she shares the same goal, you're not going to be with her for long.
And she also makes you feel valuable. Okay, like all of that stuff goes into it. All of it goes into it. If you choose to marry somebody who wasn't making you feel valuable in a relationship the entire time you were dating, then that was your choice.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. That's the problem. A lot of people think that people are just going to change as soon as you put a ring on their finger, but they're just the same person with a ring. Another question, since we're on the subject of relationships, has the avenues cheating become normalized? With Snapchat and social media DMs, promiscuous interactions are relentless. Yeah, I think it's much easier for people to do their own thing out there. And
Has it become normalized? Has cheating become normalized?
has it? Do all men cheat? We can't
Men
say
don't
all
cheat.
people do anything. We don't know.
It has become.
But
It has not become normalized. If anything, it's become like a game.
am I gonna get caught today?
Yeah, it's like a game. I don't think it became normalized though.
But does that encourage people to do it more? Because people like, some people like playing games. You may do it just to see if you're gonna get caught. Who knows? People.
Yeah, it just depends on the type of person. Like if you're dating a girl who has a large social media following and she's always on social media, it's gonna be like that will probably encourage her to cheat more because she's gonna have more of that attention like on a consistent basis. So it just depends on like who they are.
But what guys typically go for females who have like large. Would you go for like an Instagram model type of person?
A lot of guys do and would because they tend to be the like really beautiful girls.
So if you decide to do that, then you're gonna have to have enough security in yourself. Like you can't be insecure going after somebody who has that many eyes on her.
Yeah.
Or going after somebody who's so okay with putting her body out there. You chose an Instagram model, so you need to be secure enough in yourself to say, all right, well, I know my girl, and if she does this, then it is probably not it is what it is, but you chose it. That's the lane
I
that
don't see
you
how a
chose
guy
to go
can date
down.
a girl like that long term, but hey, everyone's different.
You don't see how a guy could.
A guy like me, a lot of guys are different. Girls are different. I wouldn't because I don't think it will work out.
With the Instagram model?
No.
Instagram models are, why not? They're just like every other female, just with the following.
You really want me to go into detail?
Can you do a reaction to Amy Winehouse's? Amy Winehouse, interesting. Probably. But why wouldn't you talk to anybody that's an Instagram model?
Because they require too much attention. My attention will never be enough for them.
Okay, but would you say the same thing for people who have an OnlyFans because they may just need money? If you have an OnlyFans, you can't say, well, I don't want to be with them because they require too much attention. You could say that they're probably hustlers, like strippers. They probably just really need the money. I once dated a girl that was in the adult film industry, and you have to know what you're getting into. Yeah. Like, you got to know what's going on. If you decide to date somebody who's in that industry, that is a choice that you made. So you can't be confused as to why they're going to work half naked. You already knew what it was when you decided to be with them.
I would never date a girl with the OnlyFans. You asked, right?
Yeah. You would never date somebody with the OnlyFans.
No. But that's just me.
Why? Though, I mean, I understand, but flexing is for people. Flexing is for posers. Not all flexing is for posers, though, guys. There are different types of flexing. I agree. Like, I don't have all of the answers. I don't have all of the experience. I agree with that. But
I don't have anything against girls who have OnlyFans. I just know for me personally, I wouldn't have to date a girl with the OnlyFans because of how I present myself. So I would never even be in that situation.
Yeah. Okay. Flexing is for people with no self-esteem, low self-worth, who seek
damn.
external validation to fill their emptiness. All flexing, I don't think all flexing is about that though. I don't. Like, I feel like the example that I used before, guys, if you were not here, if you worked your butt off for your first car, 2006, whatever, it's not the newest thing, but it's your first car ever. You never had a car before, and you decide to post this on the internet and give inspiration to those people who can't afford something luxurious or whatever, and tell them it's okay to post your accomplishments, even though it's not the brand new thing. I don't think that that seems like humble flexing. You can post something like that. That could be encouraging for some people.
Things don't gotta be humble for you to want to do it. If you got a new car, bro, just flex that joint, bro. No cap. If you got a new accomplishment, who's gonna stop you? You still got the accomplishment.
Yeah, like it is what it is. Go ahead and post it. Post whatever the heck you want to post. But stuff like that could be encouraging. I don't think that when people post certain things, it has to always make them like,
It is about attention, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's always, I mean,
Life
yes,
is
it's
about
about attention. It's clearly about attention.
Let's be 100, bro. Everybody sought attention
Yeah.
before.
Like, we'd be lying if we said that we didn't enjoy, like, if we went to a coffee shop and somebody was just like, oh, you look really good today. We'd be lying if we said, oh, that didn't make me feel good about myself.
We'd be lying if it was one person in here and we'd still be, like, all jumpy and happy like this.
Don't let her try to convince you into thinking that it's normal. Dating anyone with the OnlyFans would be signing up for a catastrophe. I'm not trying to convince my brother that dating somebody with the OnlyFans is normal. I think that if you choose to get on here and have an OnlyFans, that's your hustle. Like, you're making money, whatever. But everything requires, like, you to look deeper into the situation. If you decide to date a lawyer and she's working crazy hours, you can't be confused as to why she's never home for dinner. Like, you already decided to be with somebody who worked crazy hours. That's just what you signed up for. Just know what you signed up for. But I don't think that it's any crazier than dating anybody else in any other industry. You understand the industry.
I wouldn't date an OnlyFans person. I wouldn't date a doctor. I wouldn't date a lawyer. Like, it's just a few people I wouldn't date.
Yeah, it's not just OnlyFans people. They aren't aliens. They're just like everybody else. Ego doesn't come from a good place. Hey, Naya, I know this is off topic, but when are you gonna react to MGK? Maybe. I don't know.
I'm in love with a stripper.
I'm not sure, but it is what it is. You guys know the Ebony Inn. I used to have a thing with a girl that danced there. I don't know what the Ebony Inn is, but I'm assuming that it is a strip club, maybe?
Dating a stripper sounds pretty fun.
Yeah. I mean, if you decide to date somebody just to date... Oh, thank you so much, Sunny. You should wear more wigs when you're doing reaction videos. That one wig you wore with the glasses was awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. I kind of enjoy doing stuff like that. Makes me feel like a new personality, a new person. I don't flex. It's not in my nature to. And some people aren't like that.
Are you flexing that you don't flex?
Is that a flex? Or we have you ever heard of like the women who they call like pick-me's, where a girl is just like, I never wear makeup. I am too, like, I just don't understand females who wear makeup. I never wear makeup, and they call that girl a pick-me. Is that a flex? Who knows? It's a strip club barbecue spot. Oh, sounds spicy. Sounds like a good time, I guess. Flexception, a flex within a flex. I don't know. Hey, welcome to my channel. I appreciate you being here. But I mean, it is what it is. People flex on social media as an attempt to gain attention because attention is a commodity as the currency for social media. If it's humble, it's not flexing. If it's humble, oh, it's not flexing though. Okay.
It's all flexing to me.
But why do we have to think about flexing in a bad way all of the time? Like, flexing doesn't always have to be bad.
It doesn't always have to be good.
I don't think that people always think about flexing in a good way. I feel like as soon as you hear it, it's just like, what? How dare you do that?
You're just mad.
Yeah. And then at that point, it's probably stemming from some type of insecurity that you got within yourself. And that's for you to figure out. Gabriel. Oh, yes. Have you ever seen Gabriel Iglesias, his skit, Racist Gift Basket?
What is that?
It was really good. I don't want to give you everything because I feel like you should watch it, but he created like a gift basket for his friend, and he's Spanish, but he created a gift basket for his who was black. What would you put in a racist gift basket for a black person? He has some chicken in there.
Wait, like, am I giving it to him that same day?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Some Popeyes, 12-piece.
Some watermelon. Like, he had everybody in the store help him create this gift basket for his black comedian friend. It was hilarious.
Black people. Bro, I'm putting a whole, like, soul food feast in there.
Yes. All the foods. I would enjoy a racist gift basket.
Black people like shoes. They like basketball or football. You're safe with the basketball route.
Give me a charger, a couple. I feel like that should go in every gift basket, though.
A charger? I never even considered that. That's actually pretty smart.
Chargers are dope. Some watermelon, of course. Who's gonna say no to watermelon?
Bro, that gift basket gonna be heavy.
Just fire. Okay? All the fire. Thank you so much, Farber. Welcome. I haven't seen any of his other stuff on Netflix, no. That was the only thing that I've seen from him. His racist gift basket thing. I thought that was like very interesting. I liked it. I liked it a lot. But
flex. If I flex, like, what are you gonna say to me now? Because like I have a feeling like, what are you gonna say to somebody who's flexing? Like, why are you flexing so hard? Why are you showing us all this money?
yeah, I mean, because if you ask that question, then you seem really insecure about yourself. Then it's like if one day I decided to just get on my channel and throw some bands into the camera, I'm not even recording no videos or reactions. I'm just throwing money at the camera.
That'd be pretty interesting. Like for 10 minutes, that's a lot of money you have to be throwing.
I'm throwing money at the camera for 13 minutes. Is it okay for me to do that? Not saying I would ever do that, but if I did that, would that be okay?
It's actually pretty entertaining.
Or would y'all say, how dare you? How dare you do that? I want to do more comedy, guys. So you can recommend that, but it really just depends on if it's on your page, is it really bad if people decide to come to your page and you decide to flex? That's not bad. Your page is your community of people. So you can do whatever the heck you want.
It's your identity that you created of yourself.
Yeah, you should be able to do whatever you want
like
on there.
Avatar. Like, you're not even your real self. You're just
right.
What you want to be.
You're whatever you created on your page. Like, you seem like the crazy one if you decide to go to OnlyFans and call this girl all types of hoes or whatever, but you took the time to go to her OnlyFans page, pay for it, and then comment.
People do that?
People do whatever
I don't see really the point of going to somebody and saying, "Oh, what are you doing? Why are you doing?" I don't like, bruh.
At that point, you're just looking for drama. Anyways, just stop by because the title seemed interesting. But still flex all you want. It don't matter what other... yeah. Point is, YOLO. Live your best life. Do whatever the heck you want to do. And if people don't really like it, As we said, who cares about Jimmy 425? He's not doing anything anyway. You're not gonna be mad about him. He's pointless.
What if a person named Jimmy 425 was actually in here?
Oh gosh. It is what it is. Everybody has their Jimmy 425s. That rude person that just wants to comment under your post. He is super irrelevant. If it's your money that you've earned, I wouldn't
Bruh.
give a crap what you do with it. By all means, make that a video. Yeah, and it be
Just
monetized.
don't be flexing in the wrong place, because some people will really rob you. For real.
Yeah, be smart with that. That's the other thing though, because it like so celebrities or whatever make it seem like it's okay for you to just walk around like with a stack of cash, like, oh, is that money calling me? All of the chains or whatever. That could also be really dangerous.
It's interesting to see.
It's interesting when you're not in the situation. Like when you don't have it, if you don't have lots of people, if you don't have lots of money or whatever, then it's interesting seeing that world of people just walking around wasting their cash or doing whatever they're doing with it. But that's dangerous. It's I don't know.
Very dangerous. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. You know how dangerous it is here. Wow.
Yeah. Like all of that stuff could be very, very dangerous. I don't know. Just be smart about it, guys. Cause like Christmas is right around the corner. And you could think, oh, I'm gonna post this really awesome. Like you should be able to post this really awesome gift that you have, but people are jealous. Not everybody move like you if you consider yourself a loyal, good person. Not everybody is good. So you can post this thing with good intent and people could really be on there trying to like attack you or plotting. They crazy out here. They crazy, y'all. It is what it is. But we were also thinking about doing a topic on like if college is worth it. Which I feel like, is it worth it anymore? But Merry Christmas to you guys too, if we want to
Merry
talk to y'all on
Christmas.
Christmas. But
College
with
is
everything
just
going
expensive.
on in the world, like is college worth it anymore?
I don't think it's worth the price, honestly.
You think college is a scam? Is it a scam? Dun dun dun. I don't know. I personally don't think it is. I think it's definitely worth it. The experience.
It's worth $30,000 per year.
It depends on what you're paying for. I think you guys should do an LFR gathering. I want to drink some whiskey with your dad. Oh my gosh.
I think college.
I'm sure he'd enjoy that. You think college should be free?
No.
I
think
don't
it should
know.
grow at the same rate that salaries are growing. I don't think it should be 3-4 times that. It grew by 300% in the past, 30 years? Salary going by 16-15%?
They definitely charge for a lot of unnecessary things.
Books that you don't need. $600 for a book. Come on, bro.
Those are facts, though. A lot of books that like my freshman year of college, I paid for every single book from the school store. And I promise you, I only probably used one of those books out of the 6 that I paid for.
Yeah, answering that question, is it a scam, yes or no? It's it's complicated because if you look at it from a business perspective, to me, it makes no sense that someone should be going into 20-30 years worth of debt for 4 years. Like, that to me makes no sense.
Yeah. Hola, Ireland.
But it depends how you position yourself. Most children, the problem is most don't position themselves at all because you're not taught in high school to position yourself to make the best financial decision. You're told to make, you go out of fantasy. So that's why I think they're taking advantage of students in a lot of ways.
How do you feel about, this is like completely off topic, but I've seen like more and more high school students doing gap years. Isn't that what it's called? Where you just completely like don't, like, after your senior year, you don't go to college immediately. You just take a year off to figure out what you
That's
want.
not promoted though. Like, it's a lot of things you can do to avoid the scam part, but my issue is that those things are not talked about. Like, for example, the SAT. In your school, what year was the SAT brought up?
Junior year,
Junior year. Imagine if you started studying in the 8th grade.
things would be different.
Like, it's just like, it's a lot of ways to avoid the scam part, but it's like no one discusses it. No one discusses anything about the financial part of college until you're a junior or a senior. That's why I think, personally, they're like taking advantage of a lot of children.
You gotta go in knowledgeable about what you're going there. Like, not saying that you have to know everything that you want to major in, whatever, but you gotta go in knowing something about what you're paying for and then taking in the entire experience. College isn't just you going there so you can get book smart. Like, that's not what it's about. You're also there for, like, the experience. You're there for the community and to gain different perspectives of life from other different people that you haven't grown up with. Like, you're there for lots of different reasons. So there's that. But then again, there are millionaires at 17 years old. They've never been to college before. They're millionaires for making TikTok videos. So, but we got a lot of parents nowadays would say you got to go to college to be successful. Do y'all agree with that? Like, you probably don't really have to go to be successful most of the time. I mean, some of the time. College is necessary, just depends on what you're going for, because some jobs require you to have a college degree and some don't. Yes, but also, what 17-year-old graduating from high school knows what they want to do? Like, nobody really knows. You can go into college as a nursing student and come out a freaking, like, graphic designer. You have no clue what you're going to end up doing. Some people know, don't get me wrong, but
when you were 18, did you know what you wanted to do?
Not at all. I had no clue. Guys, I changed my major like 3 times. I had no clue what I wanted to do. People need to be smart. Do an in-state school or see. Yeah, I think community college is a good idea.
College, like these super expensive colleges be scamming the. They be finessing kids, bro. No cap.
The finesse, okay?
Finessing, like, they don't try to hide it no more. They just do it.
Not at all. You have no freaking clue what you want to do. No clue. People need to be. So I don't like how people like down community colleges. Like, go there for a couple years and figure out what the heck you want. Yeah. They be finessing parents too, 100%. Like, let you send your first child to college. You have no clue about how, like, the scholarships work. None of that financial aid. You have no clue. All you know is you want your kid to go to college. And they will
Why do you want them to go to college?
Finesse you. I think college is like a safe, it's like the safety net.
Yeah.
I guess. Like, that is the safety net. You don't know. Like, your child could be a complete screw up. But they're in college. So they're a screw up in college.
I mean,
that sounds a little better.
If you really put in work in college, not even with books, just with like trying to position yourself with other people, I think you can really make the most out of it. But a lot of people don't do that. They just do whatever they want.
Yeah, some people just go to college, skip all their classes, like, just they're wasting a bunch of money. If you go there and do what you paid for, if you get the experience that you're paying for, then you can make the most out of it. Or trade school.
I want most people to go to college because we need doctors and we need lawyers and we need engineers and we need somebody. We need that for the economy to run. I don't want the economy to stop. I want a lot of people to go, and I want a lot of people to go to trade school.
Yeah, like, but I don't think like trade school isn't promoted as much. Community colleges aren't promoted as much because we have like these negative stereotypes that we place on it on these schools. If you don't go directly to university, then it seems like a lot of people are like downing any other alternative, and that's not okay.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Crap sucks. Trade school is a great alternative to traditional college. Yeah.
The real question is, do you think most kids want to go to college? Because I know most people I know really wanted to go to college.
I think I'm sure a lot of people want to go to college, but unfortunately a lot of people don't have the opportunity to, because once again, we have to go into debt to go to college, because college is so freaking expensive. I remember when I was in school, I had a friend who went to class, and then right after class, he had to work all night from like 10 o'clock at night until like 5 o'clock in the morning to pay for his college. And he played football. So after he worked his morning, like after he got off from his job, he'd go to practice in the morning. Then he'd probably have a morning class, or he'd have a few hours to sleep in his car. Couldn't afford to live on campus. This is the stuff that kids are going through just so they can have an experience in college. Not it.
When
Like,
college first came out, it was not like this.
not at all. The old
Colleges,
days,
yeah, they're really taking advantage.
they are. Trade schools are great. You can turn a skill. Yeah. You can go to trade school, have your own business, be a millionaire, all this stuff. But for some reason, we tell people not to do that. Like, the only option our kids have is college. But if your child told you, Dad, I don't want to go to college, I want to be a professional TikToker, it's 2020, what would you say? Because there are professional TikTokers making
I know that
bands out here.
A father who firmly believes in college would be like, what are you talking about? No, you're still going. Or if he like really was a little more open, he'd be like, okay, write a full course plan about why you're not going to college, or why you want to be a TikToker. Like an 18-year-old knows.
Yeah. Well, somebody said, like Joe said, go for it. Kevin said, I would disown my kid. Would you really? Because your kid wants to be a TikToker?
That's a very weird career, though. I'm not gonna lie, but disown? Come on now.
What if they said they wanted to be a professional YouTuber?
That's better.
If your kid said, Dad, I don't want to go to college, I see a career for me in YouTube, and I want to do this full time, would you disown them then?
Yeah, I'm just confused. Like, parents don't ask questions. Like, a lot of parents don't ask questions when their kid says, I want to be a doctor, or I want to do that, even though that kid is going to get in $500,000 a day if they want to be a doctor. They don't ask no questions. But let's say he wants to be a YouTuber, no debt, and he works on that for 4 years, the same way he would work on a degree for 4 years, an undergrad degree.
Yeah.
He might be successful. You never know. But
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And a professional YouTuber is like, instead of you going to college and typing papers every day and going to class, now you're making videos every day and editing, and you're building a following so you can get paid for it. Right? There are lots of like professional YouTubers out there, like people who just vlog all day.
I do YouTube when I'm in college.
Show me the money. Yeah. I mean, let them do it. Let them try it out. I let my kid try it out for like 5 months.
It's not even a semester. That's like one semester.
Yeah, like that's a semester. So you compare it. What would you do in a semester in college compared to what you do in a semester's time being a professional YouTuber? And then what are you getting from that? Because school isn't for everybody.
But like, how would you measure their success?
Well, to me, in my mind, if your kid doesn't know what they want to do, I feel like college is always a really good safety net, or like trade school or community college. Something along those lines is a good safety net. But if they're saying that they want to be a professional YouTuber, I'd say do your thing for 5 months, and show me something substantial from it.
I don't think traditional college is a good safety net because it puts you in it puts you financially, it puts you in a weird situation.
college.
I don't think traditional college, community college may be better because it costs less. But like if you go to like a, for example, if you go to like a Duke University for 50,000 per year, I don't think that's a good safety net, especially
Yeah.
if you don't really want to be there.
Like, choose a smart safety net. Do you think that there is an exclusionary effect with HBCUs or black-owned businesses, and how do you think that extends into personal relationships or business relationships? An exclusionary effect with HBCUs or black-owned businesses. Do you mean like the people that they choose to let in, or are we talking about like generalized the stereotypes? What do you mean?
Exclusionary effect. Yeah, you're gonna have to break that down.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. I'd like to go a little deeper
Are you
into
saying
that.
that black people are like being racist towards you? Like, I'm being honest. You said exclusive. Like whenever if I was to say a white institution was exclusively like to only white people, I would say they're being racist to me. They're being prejudiced. That's what I got from it. If I'm wrong, please let me know.
Yeah, I'd like to. I think that's interesting. I would do what I could to help them. Yes, like if your child wants to be a professional YouTuber, give them a camera. 6-year-old telling you, Daddy, I want to make YouTube videos, and you buying them a camera, and then your 18-year-old telling you, I want to make videos.
I'm like, hey son, it's okay. What type of videos? I mean, you're still young. Like,
Asians are the most oppressed when it comes to getting into colleges. Are they? I'd like
Probably.
to, like, we can't speak on that. I've never heard that before, but I'd like to hear.
Aren't Asians also the highest paid in America?
I don't know the stats on that. HBCUs accept white students. Yes, they do, but HBCUs are very different. They're very interesting. I didn't go to a HBCU. I went to a PWI, but JoJo goes to a HBCU. They're very
It's
different.
white people at my school though. I don't feel any type of way.
Do you feel like it's like an exclusionary effect?
What does that mean?
Do you feel like they like cast people out?
No, I don't. Like the people I hang around don't cast people out. I can get why he would say that though.
The
I
overall
really do.
experience as an individual. So if I go to HBCU and I have a black-owned business, do I miss out on certain opportunities or relationships? If I go to a HBCU or you have a black-owned business, do you miss out on certain opportunities or relationships? Yeah, I mean, it depends on the environment. I think that me going to, if I'm answering this correctly, me going to a PWI, I definitely did, and that's a predominantly white institution. I definitely did get, well, you get different opportunities and you miss out on different opportunities from not being at a HBCU. Like, there are certain things that you just don't get. So, I mean, it's different. Depends on the environment that you decide to go to.
I get what you're saying. Like at an HBCU, I think one thing. How can I say this? HBCUs aren't racist or exclusive to only black people, but like when you're if you're a white man at an HBCU, you're gonna feel like you're a white man. You're not gonna feel like you're just a man. Like for example, I go to an HBCU.
Thank you.
I don't feel like I feel like I'm black. I know I'm black, but I don't feel like, oh, my identity is being a black man.
Yeah.
My identity would be who I am, my personality, because everyone's black. I just feel like, but like if you're a white man go to an HBCU, it's like it's known. Like you feel it. You're gonna have to speak on that more because you actually went to a PWI.
Like you'd feel like more of it's a subgroup. You're no longer just the black girl in the class. You are a bit more than that. And all throughout like my high school, elementary school, middle school years, I went to predominantly like black schools. So it was all of that. So a lot of my opinions or things differently. Black people aren't like monolithic or anything, but a lot of the things were across the same lines. I gathered more opinions about the world and different groups of people when I went to like school with other races. And that wasn't until college where I was in class with like majority white people or Asians or all of this other stuff. And then
Yeah, we went
it
to
is different.
we went to different high schools. So her high school experience and mine was like completely different. Like I actually in high school I had like Filipinos and different races all around people in my class. So I wanted to go to an HBCU because I've never had an all black class in high school. Like I did not have that in high school. She had that in high school. So yeah, it was just different.
The question isn't if there is a racist thing keeping white people out. I'm talking about the environment you're in. Your environment could shape your. Yeah. Yeah.
So people act different. What school they go to? I'm pretty sure they do. People act different per neighborhood.
I mean, I agree with that. I think, like, just talking on my experience going to an all black high school, and clearly, like, everybody's experience is different, but we all wore uniform, but it was always that like what you're wearing type of thing. Like people focused, they keyed in on that. But when I went to like, these are just like differences that I noticed. When I went to a school with like different races or majority like white people, it seemed like I was seeing people on the bus with like in Pokemon onesies, like dressed like zombies, and nobody really said anything to them. It just seemed a little different. Went to a majority black high school as a white kid. There definitely is a racist environment, but if you are a good person, you're gonna fit in regardless. You got some racist.
Yeah, it's just different. Like I didn't go to my high school was predominantly black, but it was a lot of different races, like a lot. So when I said, "Oh, what you wear is like really important," it was like that at my school a little bit, but not really. Like honestly, I can go to school in fat pants and dirty Crocs, and nobody would say anything to me. Like I don't think you could do that at the school she went to.
Yeah, it was a little different.
Yeah, I could. Yeah,
Like white, Caucasian, either way, like you know what I'm talking about. When I was in school, I would sometimes be the only white guy in the room. That automatically made a different thing. Not necessarily in opposition, but not the same thing. Yeah, and I could completely understand. I can completely understand that. Like if you are the only person of one race, other people have their like generalizations about you, all of this stuff that you have to deal with, like being different in that environment. But it all goes back to like being different. I mean, Mark, I get your point. You said white, you're not a crayon. Caucasian. You know what I'm talking about though. Like, you know what I mean.
yeah, I get you, LFR Jesus. That sounds like a crappy feeling, honestly.
It's different, but like we all got our crap, honestly. There's a lot of information in the world and every race misses out on a little bit. Yeah. It's important to not like it's important to gather a bit more outside of your own perceptions of the world, because if you just go with that and everything that you've learned like growing up instead of reaching outside of yourself, then I don't think you're making the most out of it. Well, I want to see what comes next. Not black people, but what do you mean, Mark?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What comes next? Like a next race? Like a God's gonna create like a new color?
Yeah. I mean, I'm black. I don't mind being called a black person. I don't have to be called like African American. I'm black. Right. Mark, what do you mean? Sometimes I'm almost tempted to attend an HBCU just for the experience. I heard they be lit. Their homecomings are different. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, a lot of the experiences that you get at an HBCU, you wouldn't get at a PWI. But once again, I've had my own
One
experiences.
thing I really liked about a HBCU, I loved it actually. It was the fried chicken little lunch days, bro. Them joints.
Fried
It
chicken.
was like soul food lunch days. That's one day. One thing I liked.
See, and we didn't have that. We didn't
We
have
didn't
the soul
have
food days.
stoves or personal stoves in our kitchen, so
That's true. Like everything's so different. Fried chicken. Yes. Like
I wish I had some fried chicken right now.
college lunch. High school lunch is the worst.
I
Well, it
liked it.
depends. I heard I didn't go to a private school, but I have some friends who did go to private schools, and they talked about like having subways in their cafeteria.
Really?
Yes, they had like real food. They would put in orders in the front office and get real food.
He had steak and shrimp night at his college. We just stuck with the fried chicken, bro. Look out.
Yeah. I mean, it's different, but high school lunch for some reason back then the food used to be good, but now that I think about it, I don't really think it was good. I feel like we were just in school for a very long time.
Well, I used to go to the lunchroom early. Like I used to go like 5 minutes before everyone else, or like 3 minutes before everyone else, and I used to get like extra lunch from high school. I miss it.
Cardboard pizza, yes, like the little. But now that I think about it, when I think back to it, I used to love eating that stuff.
It used to hit.
Yes, the little chicken patties, the chicken nuggets,
Ugh.
but
Not the.
what do you mean? Those were good.
Now when I look back at those, I'm like, ew.
Yes, when you look back, it's disgusting. But back then, I used to run to the
You
cafeteria.
be so hungry. Like teachers, they let you eat during class. It'd be 5 hours. You be at school for 2.5 hours, like no food.
Right. They give you 5 chicken nuggets and like 6 French fries.
That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful, bro.
Tater tots, yes, and the chalky milk. Ugh.
Ugh, wait, what?
Ugh. Oh my gosh. They used to, now that I think back, they did us dirty.
They used to give us pizza with milk. Who does that?
Pizza, milk, a little applesauce, or like a little
That's
orange.
so childish. Like, what is y'all problem?
Food is food. That is true. I don't know why I didn't like
Bro.
bringing my lunch as much.
You know they stopped giving us lunch trays?
What did you
Like, my senior
do?
year? They gave us like a box, like this big. A box that was like this big. And they just put all the food in it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, cool. All right, I'll check that out. I don't like typically use my social media or anything. So if you are trying to contact me, I'd say email is much better, but thank you for saying that. I'll check that out. Sodexo is also a major. Yes, Sodexo. They catered for my college. But high school lunch, they did you dirty back then.
If you want to go to HBCU, then go to an HBCU, man. No one's going to be racist to you. Well, depending on where you go.
I don't know. From the stuff that I've seen only online,
It
people
depends
like
where you
dress to impress at HBCUs. A lot of the stuff that I've seen, that's what I've seen. Like it seems like for an 8 a.m. class, they are getting up and they are dressed to impress.
When I tell you I wore the same thing, I brought about 8 pairs of shoes to college. All I wore every day was Crocs. Like literally, I used to just put on a hoodie. I had like 2 hoodies, 2 Norfolk hoodies. I used to wear one or the other every day with some Crocs, bro. Like every day.
Oh my gosh. Crocs are so comfortable though. Hey, thank you, Jay. Jay.
They probably do dress to impress depending on like where they go. Like I didn't care. I just wore whatever.
It's cool interacting with you guys. Yeah, same. If you simply think about it, you can smell a box of crayons right now. That's true.
No, I can't.
You know, like,
I haven't been around crayons in like 10 years.
yeah. But, yeah, pajamas to class.
In high school, you gonna get kicked out. In high school, I used to wear whatever I want. I'm not gonna lie.
You
Like,
did.
I used to go
And
to
you had to
school.
wear a uniform.
Yeah. I used to wear whatever I want. They didn't really care that much in my school. Like,
Mm-mm-mm. Oh, is that a little dabby emoji? I was about to ask if you went to Norfolk.
How you know that?
I was wearing a shirt
Oh,
in my
yeah.
video.
You got me. Don't be pulling up on me, bro. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be walking to the cafeteria. They gonna jump in the car. Jojo, Jojo, I see you.
Right. Always on my who I gotta look good for. Right. Like the day that you wear pajamas to class is the day that you run into somebody that knows you or that wants to talk to you. And just
And
like, but you never felt that? Like the day that you don't actually try. I sent a long message on one of your videos for a song review. Yeah, can you send that to my email?
I'll do
I'd
that.
see it more in my email. Like send that to my email, guys. At high school, I always did PE in first period so I can shower.
Ooh, they didn't let us shower.
Yeah, we had showers, but
Didn't
for
let-
some reason they didn't let us like use them.
Okay, we could have possibly. They never really said anything about that. Like they didn't say we can't use them. I just think it was an understanding that we're not allowed to use them.
Yeah, because it's like nobody else used them, and then also you only had like 4 minutes to change.
You gotta be fast. You gotta be like a ninja or something.
You gotta really think about if the shower is worth
And then
it.
you gonna have to be getting naked in front of everybody because them joints was like right there.
Like, just imagine you only got 4 minutes to shower. You just left from PE, and somebody actually turns the water on and gets
And
naked.
it-
Like,
And it's a class coming in right after you leave, so a whole new set of people finna see you naked. So what you about to do?
yeah, is it worth it? I don't know.
Just be dirty. PE during first period just sounds terrible if I really think about it. I would hate that.
I would like it better if it was last.
Yeah, because at least you stink on the way home. Like, you don't gotta stink throughout the day.
You always. How much time did y'all have? Like, my PE teachers were
Yeah.
not that considerate. We would work out until the last possible second.
Thinking back, I used to be sweating through my khakis.
Yes, you running laps outside,
Nah, I
and then
wonder how I smelled, bro.
that stuff, like, they were not considerate. My PE teachers let us out when they felt like it. We did
10
not have
minutes?
time. 10 minutes?
To shower, okay. In total, you gotta be still fast. Like you gotta run to the locker room, shower 5 minutes, get dressed in 5 minutes.
Dang. All PE teachers were always out
Yeah,
of
mine
shape,
was
too.
super fat. Rest in peace, though. He passed away from like a heart attack.
Jeez, oh my gosh.
We used to call it like I feel bad because he was like a real big fat dude. And his name was Coach Smack, and we used to call him Smack Attack. And it was pretty ironic that we called him that because like when I was a senior, I had him 9th grade. He died of an actual real heart attack. So
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, dang, that's like really bad. Why do we call him that?
Kids suck. Kids suck. Y'all sucked. What in the world? You had a few that were PE teachers who encourage showers are creepy. I mean, I wouldn't know either way. None of my PE teachers.
Yeah, they never even spoke.
They
They just
never.
I think we just knew that we weren't supposed to use it. Like it was
Yeah.
so outlandish to even ask that they just never even had to address it.
They just didn't talk about it.
Just like shower. Like I wonder how they would act if like we brought it up. Be like, can we use a shower? They probably just look at you like, what? Bro, get out my face.
Yeah. I don't know, but high school is different. I don't miss it. If I'm telling you this now though, I am so happy that I went to high school in the time that I did cuz high school nowadays seems very
But the digital.
yes. Like all of this is very
Do
interesting.
they really be doing work? Like I can't imagine that.
Do they? I don't know. Like I teach kindergarten students online, and it's so much fun because they haven't really been in school for that long. My students wear their uniform to class. They're excited. Their cameras are on. And then you got your high school students who don't even turn their cameras on. You feel like you're talking to yourself. I couldn't do that. I could not do it.
We don't be turning our cameras on, bro. And I was in online high school for like what 2-3 months. Like I didn't even go to class. Like most times, I didn't go to class. I'm not gonna lie, cause I was a senior. I didn't go. It was what it was. It was pass or fail. Yeah.
Jeez. Stuff like that would make me feel sad as a teacher. I graduated in 2015 from high school. My high school PE teachers had shower check. You had to go up to
Ew.
them at the end. Oh,
That
jeez.
sounds
That
predatory.
does sound like a little creepy.
Shower check. Like, bro, what? I'd be like, bro, what do you mean shower check?
Let me smell your armpits. Make sure you really got down deep in there. That's so creepy. Chris Stapleton. I'm from Bulgaria.
Bro.
Oh, that's cool. I don't know. I couldn't do it. Hey, Joe. Y'all remember the
Bro.
first time you saw a teacher wearing a thong? What?
I've never seen that. Well, I don't remember that. Like, I don't have that burned in my brain.
I feel like that would be the first thing to go if I was purging memories.
Yeah. I don't know why you remember that.
No, that memory would not stick there. It was your gym teacher wearing a thong?
Jim? Like a dude?
JoJo! What in the world? 500 a semester? Would you send your kid to private school?
If I had the money. I mean,
Teachers
why?
with the thong sounds like
Why would I? Like, why not and why would I? Like, I don't know what the worth would be, honestly.
there are really good public schools out there. There are good charter schools.
I will send the public just because, like, just so they could know
So they can know what?
what I went through.
What'd you go through?
Like, that builds character.
Public school builds character.
Yes.
So does private school.
It builds a different type of character.
You've never been to private school.
Donovan has. I know kids who go to private school. I play basketball with them.
Are private schools kids really that different from public school kids?
They're not that different. If anything, they're just kind of worse. Like, they have more money, obviously. They just are just.
I mean, it is what it is. It depends on the public school you go to, because there are some public schools out there that have like.
I'd homeschool them for real if I want. Like, if I got to control everything, I'd homeschool them straight up. But they
Sounds like
don't
a lot
want
of
to go.
work.
I would just hire a tutor so they can come over.
That is a ton. How do y'all feel about homeschooling? Like, it sounds like a good idea. It does sound like a ton of work. Private school is a better education. I went to private school in the South Bronx.
Bro. I don't care about none of that, bro. At all. I care about the social interactions because that's what school is for real.
But you get social interactions in public school too. I mean,
Yeah, that's why I was sent to public school.
in private school too. You
I
get
want them to
like
get Joan going, and so they can learn how to Joan back.
you get that in private school too, though. Like people talk about you in private
Your
school.
bridges are too stuffy. You only wore the Gucci belt today?
You only wore your Gucci belt.
No, I want them to get none of that.
We
Why
only
would I
had-
pay for that? Like, if I really had the bread like that, or if it was like a dangerous situation, if I sent them to public school, like if I was famous and I sent them to a public school and they get hurt, then I would send them to private. But if I have no clout, no fame, I would send them to public. Why not?
Yeah, my public school was good. Dang, you had a small public school. I graduated a class of like 1,200. We had a lot of
That's a
students
lot. That's way
in
too
my
much.
12th grade year.
That's way too much.
Yeah, it was
That's
a
like-
lot of people.
It's like my entire school, almost.
A ton of people. And if I were to send my kid, if I couldn't afford to send them all throughout their years,
See-
I'd send them only in their high school year.
You see, he got bullied in private school because his pants weren't properly creased. See?
Oh, dang. They
See,
be-
like, bro, what? Like, Dad, I got bullied. My pants weren't creased right. Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, I mean, it's not It's not funny, but it's also hilarious. Cause how you gonna get bullied? Cause you won't got no creases in your pants? What in the world? Wow, you got to be really proactive with socializing when homeschooling. Yeah, That's true. Homeschool,
Would you send your kids to private?
I would if I had the resources, if I had like the money to send them to private school, I guess, but I'd also look for good like public schools first. If I could save some money and send them to public school, I would definitely do that.
Yeah, I never even considered that, honestly. Like, I don't think that's really that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, I turned out fine. I went to public school. So, it depends on the experience, I guess. Not all public schools suck.
School is for relationships, bro. That's how I looked at high school and middle school and all that.
Yeah.
So, and for like, yeah, character.
Yeah. Like school builds character. But private schools, what about boarding school?
I was sitting there just for they wouldn't be home.
Has
That sounds
anybody
fun.
boarding school does sound like but I don't know. I don't have much experience on boarding school except for that show Zoe 101. I don't know anything else.
They look like they. It's like sounds like college. Like when I think of boarding school, I just think of college. Like wouldn't it be the same? But just with way more rules.
Yeah. Funny kids get snow days when they virtual learning. Snow days. Do snow days even exist anymore?
They're never gonna exist.
Never again. Kids are never going to get a snow day again. It's snowing outside. Great. Turn your computers on. You already know what it is.
It's depressing.
Yeah, these kids will never know waking up and watching the news and seeing your school pop up on the school's closed list. That stuff does not exist anymore, I think. Snow days are one of life joys. Yep. They don't know what that is. They will not know what it is. Boarding school is literally the same as high school, but I just don't live at home. You don't have anywhere as much freedom as college.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
It seems like it would.
Like curfews and all of that stuff.
Sounds terrible.
Sounds like a lot. It's not just snow days, the ideas of days off. Yeah. Like, who knows? They may start making these schools into extended, like, every school may be like an extended school year. Summer breaks may not be like 3-4 months anymore. You're just always in school. Are students allowed to use calculators in math class?
No.
What do you mean?
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
And what?
In math class?
No. Teachers used to get mad when kids use calculators.
You couldn't use a calculator in math class?
Okay, they may let you use it in specific sections, like if you have to graph something, they'll let you use it. But in most cases, no, you cannot.
Jeez. Where was all this time off when I was in school? Every politician talks about putting money into schools, but I don't know if they mean it. I don't know the solution you need. Yeah. That's true. We don't only need the money, though. We need, like, teachers who actually enjoy their jobs, who actually want to be there. I think it's such a waste of a space for an educator to get in there, and they don't really want to be there. Like, that sucks. Calculators were provided to us by... Yes, I used a calculator in math class. I don't know what JoJo's talking about. In higher math, yes, but when you're just learning division, no. Okay.
Yeah, like between like the ages of like, once you start getting to like multiplication division, all the way up to like, all the way up to like geometry, they don't let you use it. Then they start letting you use it like in algebra 2.
Dang. I'm not even gonna lie, I was not a fan of math. Math was not my favorite subject at all. I don't really remember what exactly my favorite subject. Math and science.
I didn't have a favorite subject. My favorite subject
I don't know.
was fun. Lunch.
Figure out the circumference of a circle without a calculator challenge. When do we use this stuff though, guys?
Circumference. I don't even remember.
Like outside of class, when would I ever have to figure out the circumference of a circle? Math was not my favorite. Math or science, not it. Didn't like it. But it is what it is. All right, social studies. What should we talk about next time? Give us some topics. What do y'all think? Math is the worst subject. No long division. Exactly. Like what is the purpose? What is the purpose? Abstract math sucks. That stuff is like so like I've never used it in my life before. But what should we talk about? Because if you don't tell us, we're just gonna figure it out ourselves.
Just say if toxic masculinity. Well, we already talked about that.
Toxic masculinity. Right.
I said it isn't real, but
Yeah. I don't know. We talk about I have one. Public transit. Talk about American history.
American history.
Right, it's late, y'all. I don't know.
Christopher
JoJo's tired. We're not talking about Columbus. Not here.
Nah, man, I've been up all day.
But we'll figure that crap out. No, sir. That we feel a lot. We feel deeply. We feel all the things. It is what it is. But thank you for hanging out with us. Y'all are dope. And have a great night. Bye, guys.